In my previous video, I showed you how to pass German A1 exams. I listed 10 things that you need, and I promised to come and show you how everything works in details. My name is Regan Dugolobi. I have 10 years experience with teaching and examining German as a second language and as a foreign language. And today, I welcome you back to this Dream Languages podcast, where we shall be explaining most of the concepts about the German language. So today, I want to show you how we can actually pass the exams with our first item that we mentioned last time. Or to remind you briefly, we said you needed, of course, to know how to introduce yourself, how to ask questions and how to answer them, making commands, and requests, functional writing, that is basically email writing. We talked of conjugation, verb positioning, then selected topics about what you need and all that stuff. So today I'm glad to tell you something about introduction. Just follow for more. So introduction, what is needed here? Of course, like I told you, this is more of cram work. Most of you know how to cram this stuff. You know, of course, the first thing is the name, Name. You all know how to say your names. For example, ich heiße Regan, or you can say, mein Name ist Regan. Some of you are pretty good. You can say, mein Vorname ist maybe Joseph und mein Nachname ist Taban, you know. It depends on actually what you've learned in your school. But all we do here is you must know how to say the name. Number two, where do you come from? So, ich komme aus Uganda, ich komme aus Kenya, ich komme aus Rwanda, wherever you come from. Then where you live. Ich wohne in Bunga, ich wohne in Bugolobi, ich wohne in Zambia, ich wohne in Kololo, wherever you live, okay? You say that. And then we have another one, which is Beruf, or usually actually you can have Alter. You talk of your age, Alter. How old are you? Ich bin maybe 18 Jahre alt, ich bin 20 Jahre alt, ich bin 50 Jahre alt, and so on. And then you talk of your Beruf, okay? You talk of your Beruf. What do you do for a living? For example, ich bin Lehrer von Beruf, ich bin Arzt von Beruf, ich bin Kellner, and so on. Then you can talk of, apart from the Beruf, you can talk of the Familienstand. Familienstand, okay? So, Familienstand. What is your marital status? Are you single? Are you married? So you can say maybe ich bin verheiratet, ich bin ledig, ich bin single, whatever it is. And then you can have hobbies. You can have Sprache. So Sprachen, which languages do you speak? So ich spreche Englisch, ich spreche Französisch, ich spreche Deutsch, Spanish, whichever languages that you speak, you say them here. And then you have the hobbies. What do you do in your free time? Maybe meine Hobbys sind lesen, Podcasts hören, Fußball spielen, kochen, Freunde treffen, whichever hobbies that you have, you mention them. But now here is the marking point. The marking point is not for you to just state, mein Name ist Regan. Ich komme aus Uganda. Ich wohne in Kololo. No, you don't say that. What we actually want, we want you to say the whole paragraph fluently. So it's not just like saying one sentence and you pause, get another and pause. We want you to say it well so that you really look like it's coming spontaneously, So for example, mein Name ist Regan Dugolobi, ich komme aus Uganda und ich wohne in Kololo. Ich bin 45 Jahre alt, ich bin Lehrer von Beruf, ich bin verheiratet mit 2 Kindern, ich spreche Deutsch und ein bisschen Englisch. Meine Hobbys sind Fußball spielen und lesen. So that is what you do. Now you're done with the introduction. After saying that, you saw how fast of course, I'm not too fast, I'm not too slow, so I'm speaking like in a normal conversation, right? So the examiner will now ask you questions, any that they choose from what you've said. They can choose to tell you, to ask you to spell your name, for example. Können Sie Ihren Namen buchstabieren? Können Sie Ihren Nachnamen oder Vornamen buchstabieren? Or they can ask you something like, you said, for example, about, they can ask you maybe the age of your brother or your father, the job of your mother, anything, yeah? And you must be in position, because they are actually assessing for your understanding. So you must be in position to answer such questions. Someone can ask you, for example, was machen Sie in Ihrer Freizeit? But you already mentioned that as the hobbies. So you must know how to sustain a conversation. So the questions are not hard, but you have to be prepared for them. If you want, I can show you more questions they can ask you, and then how you can answer them. So I don't want to make this video long. Subscribe for more, or you can find a full video in our YouTube channel. And yeah, see you soon. Cheers.